Hello, my name is Andrew West, and I'm recording this video to explain just what you can expect from CST 250. And first off, I'm going to go over the learning outcomes, so what I learned and what I feel that you can learn, what you can walk away from this class knowing. And the first thing is understanding a new syntax. And it's not just understanding a new syntax, learning a new language like Java or C++, something that has a lot of documentation. It's learning a new language essentially by yourself because there's little documentation on it. So the program that we were using was PLP, and outside of the teachers and the TAs and a Wikipedia page, there wasn't a whole lot of documentation or information on PLP. You couldn't just Google PLP and expect for there to be thousands of results explaining how to use it, what it's used for, what it is. Here's some examples. It's just not out there. So really being able to learn that new language to be able to complete the assignments and the homeworks and the projects, that was a really cool thing to walk away from this class knowing. The second thing was critical thinking, and this kind of goes along with the first learning outcome. Now, I have acquired critical thinking skills from previous classes, but this was a whole other kind because you really have to think outside of the box. Again, just because there's little information on PLP, you really need to think not like you normally would. I mean, like you normally would, but you have to think differently because just because you know what to do doesn't mean you know how to do it. So, again, that was just another thing that you can walk away from this class knowing. As far as recommendations go, the first one, it's a given, but pay attention in class. Again, there's not a lot of information out there on PLP. Most of the syntax you will learn through the class, through the teacher, and so if you're not paying attention, you're going to really struggle in the beginning parts of the semester. Also in class, you do go over data paths as well, and if you don't know what data paths are, if you don't know how to read them, if you don't know how to follow them, it can make your life very difficult. So pay attention in class. Second thing is, and it's another obvious one, but ask a lot of questions and really just use the teachers, use the TAs. Sometimes it can be a little hard to understand what the Wikipedia is saying, and so sometimes you're not quite sure you understand the information that you're reading. So asking the teachers and TAs those questions, and they'll be able to clarify any information that you're not quite sure what it means. So really just go ahead and ask all the questions. Also, be very careful on quizzes because in this class, every point is a percentage of your grade. So it's like if you make a simple mistake on a quiz and you miss a point, that's a whole percentage. And so if you're not very careful on your quizzes, you're not double checking your answers, making sure that what it is that you're turning in for assignments is the actual thing that you want to turn in, what it is that you want it to do, you can actually lose quite a few points and lose a lot of get a really low grade. The grading scale, it is fair to an extent, but at times it can be very unforgiving, so be very careful. As far as the class itself, what I enjoyed the most, I actually enjoyed coding in PLP. Again, at first it was very difficult to code in PLP just because I hadn't used it before, but after a while it was kind of just like any other language, and writing code for the projects and having it work was just extremely satisfying. So if there's anything though that I could have done differently, it would have been focusing on learning the syntax earlier. I really struggled with the first couple projects because I didn't put as much of an effort into learning PLP. But as soon as I did learn PLP, the last few projects were a complete breeze. So if I could have done anything differently, it would have been that. Anyways, that's my sort of video reflection. Thanks for watching.